Great. Call me to order. I entertain a motion from the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of February 22nd.
Seconded. All in favor? Payroll is done. Motion to appoint Steve Booker and Deborah Tate to the Board of Appeals. Seconded. All in favor? Okay.
We give these papers to them.
Michelle has to sign it.
All that.
Yep.
I need copies. And
Yeah. Terry. Trail report.
what? That was last on the agenda here, but good to get up and talk while everybody's still awake here. I did put extra copies out here because it's kind of a lengthy report because I haven't, excuse me, I think it's more this. I haven't given an update now for several months, so I wanted to be pretty complete about it. So please just hold your questions, or as they come up, just let me know if you have to. So now say that the bill LD 404, it's the bill that was sponsored by Rick Bennett and it was signed into law by Governor Mills on July 6th, 2023. So that bill authorizes removal of the rail and then building a paved trail for the 31 miles between Freiburg and Wyndham. So how we got there for the bill to be passed? There was a rail use advisory committee that was established April 22nd of 2023. That rail use advisory council met 9 times and we had presentations by all sorts of individuals. There was representation on that committee from all the towns that the trail passed through, people from state agencies, regional planning organizations, and the Portland Water District were all represented on that committee. The final vote was 11-1 to recommend the interim trail and the conversion of this 31 miles. The plan is for it to be a 10-foot wide paved bicycle and pedestrian trail. And we further recommended that snowmobiles be allowed in the winter under an annual agreement with Maine DOT. And however, we didn't support expanding allowable uses to include ATVs or any other motorized vehicles. Letters of support were submitted to the Maine Transportation Committee by all the towns along the route and various businesses. And there were also over 200 letters of testimony and in-person testimony submitted to the legislature before they voted. LD 404 was passed by the Transportation Committee, the Senate, and the House, all with super majorities, and then it was signed into law by Governor Mills. So what's next for the Mountain Division Trail? Right now, LD 1450 is a funding mechanism. It's a bill sponsored once again by Senator Rick Bennett. That proposes a mechanism for funding trail construction, hoping that we'll get a lot of money put into that, hopefully by the federal government. That was passed by the Transportation Committee, and it's now in the Appropriations Committee queue. The Maine DOT, who owns the trail, has publicly supported construction of the trail. And right now, they've hired HNTB, an experienced consulting firm, and they're doing a feasibility study to do more of the detailed planning now that the decision has been made about pulling up the rails and putting down trails. So they had a kickoff meeting on January 30th, and the plan is that a draft feasibility study will be expected by mid-June 2024. And a final report expected in mid-July. So the report's expected to contain a phased development plan and estimated cost of construction. And between now and July, there will be several public meetings where everybody can come and ask questions, giving the town and the public the opportunity to provide input and comment on the analysis and the findings that are in that report. And that will all happen before the feasibility study is finalized. The dates for these public meetings haven't been set yet, but we'll be sure to let you all know. I'll ask Alvina to post it on the website and I'll put it in the town newsletter. The economic benefits of the trail are expected to exceed the cost of the trail build out. The economic benefits being tourism, job growth, such as construction and business growth. I've already had people asking me about buying property along the rail line to put in a bike repair shop. Others are getting excited about what could happen if that trail gets built and attracts the type of tourism that we anticipate. So you've probably heard a lot about the various people involved with this. So the bottom of this handout tells you what the role is of those various people involved. So the Maine Department of Transportation actually owns the rail bed, the right of way, and they're the major funding source. The Maine State Legislature serves as the key source of funding and support for the trail. The Mountain Division Alliance is an all-volunteer, nonprofit organization. We serve as advocates for the Mountain Division Trail with the public, the legislature, the media, and advocacy organizations. I'm on that group, and our president is also here, Doug Smith, president of the Mountain Division Alliance. We do a lot of things, like we went to Augusta to talk to legislatures, we meet, we contact newspapers and other publicity organizations. We advocate as much as possible and serve as liaisons as much as possible, where people have questions, we try to answer them, we try to bring the public's voices to our committee meetings.
Terry, let me just add,
Sure.
our board is comprised of a member from each one of the towns through which the trail passes. And this type of session tonight is taking place in all the towns. The reason is that we serve not only as an advocacy organization, but kind of like a show of diplomacy between the Department of Transportation and the individual towns, carrying messages back and forth and trying to advocate for what is the best for the town.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Doug. The towns along the trail route contribute to advocating, planning, maintaining, and enjoying the benefits of the bike pedestrian trails. That's what has occurred with the trails that already exist, for instance, in Freiburg, where I guess Dick would know more about this, helping out with the maintenance of the Freiburg portion. The Snowmobile Club is helping that, and other volunteers as well have helped with the Freiburg portion. So we hope to do the same when it's extended through Brownfield. So those trail use and advocacy organization, there's a whole lot of them. The Bicycle Coalition of Maine, the Maine Trails Coalition, Casco Bay Trail Alliance, Portland Trails, and snowmobile clubs. And all of those organizations try to coordinate efforts to promote active transportation and the Mountain Division Trail construction. So, thoughts, comments, questions? Question? Deb?
How long is the project? It's gonna be like 10 years to do.
I think we're gonna have it done next year, Deb. We don't quite know yet. Part of the feasibility study will be figuring out, what this is going to take. And the funding, the feasibility study is being done this year, and we're approaching with Rick Bennett and his efforts, the funding of it, but it'll be a few years. I hope not 10 years, but Doug, do you have anything else to offer Lomas on this?
Just some, perhaps glimmer of hope. The expectation is the phase build out will start in Brownfield and head east. So while it may take longer than I think anyone in this room may want, you'll be probably first on the agenda to get connected to the Freiburg sections.
And yes.
How many miles are going through Brownfield?
I think I don't want to be incorrect on this. I think Brownfield actually has the longest portion of those 31 miles. And I'm thinking 7 miles, maybe. Does that sound about right? 6, 7 miles. Some conversation was about, where a trailhead would be, but all that will be happening during the feasibility study. But my hope would be to have a trailhead right on 160 where it crosses the rail trail. I mean, the rail for now, what will be the trail. Good.
Who's, gonna be maintaining this trail? Either DOT or it's a town's employees?
So part of the responsibility will be with the town for, regular, I guess, smaller items of maintenance and upkeep. If there's some disaster, then the DOT would be involved in, more of a more considerable maintenance if that has to happen. A hurricane or flooding and things like that.
Yeah.
But Doug may have more about that.
Normal maintenance. 25 years down the road, when it gets to be repaved, town of Brownfield pays it. You pay for the wood, the town pays for if they use wooden fences, if they break them, the town will end up buying those pieces, putting them up. Weed whacking. Mowing the sides, if there's any sides, that have to be done. There's a lot to it, more than you see, but it is all a good thing.
And it's a maintenance agreement that will be worked out with the town, so everybody's very clear on who's responsible for what. And that's something that the DOT is developing. Brett?
Yeah, I've been tangentially involved with that. There actually is a maintenance agreement in place for the towns through which the trail currently goes. Like the Wyndham, Gorham, and Standish, and at this time, Driver been in place since, 2005. They're in the process of rewriting and trying to articulate who's got responsibility for what. And there's a lot of things that go into that. It's not only the maintenance you had talked about, but it's also what happens in disasters. And the most poignant one for me, the Royal Valley Trail in Vermont. It's 91 miles. It was the mountain division of Vermont. It's the same rail line, went all the way to Ogdenburg, New York, for that section of Vermont. They were working on constructing it for 10 years. Last summer, 5 days before they were going to inaugurate the whole trail, a massive storm came through and created incredible damage there. Bridges weren't damaged, they were wiped out. $11 million of repairs. PEMA, and the federal government covered the vast majority of it. That's the articulation between a disaster versus every year maintaining the weed whacking and the basic stuff. And that middle ground is what we've got to work out with the state. Again, that's a role that I think we'll probably be involved with trying to structure that agreement.
Basically, what you're saying, the town's gonna have to pick up the cost of maintaining 7 miles of road.
Well,
Terry, it's not treated as a road.
yeah,
It's treated as a trail that you may mow it twice a year. There's so far been no maintenance in Frederick as for asphalt or anything. It's only been fences. The snowmobile club did have to pay for a fence, so they hooked onto it with the drag and drug out 150 feet of it. But other than that, it's just been all minor stuff.
So when it's time to repave it, the town has to pick up the cost of that.
Yes, right now.
what
That would be something negotiated, right?
okay, sure,
That could be negotiated with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are school board allowed on the trail?
yes,
In the winter, yes. In the winter,
Yeah.
and, snow and, cross-country skiers.
They're not now done, but a little explanation. I have to be a little sheepish about this because I live 4/10 of a mile from the trail in Wyndham and have been there for 20 years. And since they built that trail in 2003, I've kind of in the lap of luxury. I live where I think everyone should, close to that trail. You can get to it, that arterial trail, and you see snowmobilers on it. You see cyclists, and you see skateboarders on it. These things. And sometimes I've even seen some horseback riders.
Yeah.
But that's fairly rare. It's mostly pedestrian and cyclists on the Shaw Park and Wyndham soccer field section, which is near where 202 crosses over the rail. We had a trail counter and it was supposed to be 200 people a day in the scheme on that trail. 75% of them are pedestrians and 25% cyclists. The pedestrians take all forms, so people with dogs, people with baby carriages, and that's the beauty of this kind of trail. It's off the road.
On the entrances, if you can put a little input into it, the bollards that are in Freiburg, the locks are underground. So you can't move them. The first year they were frozen and then they're rusted, you can never move them again.
Yeah, I think the bollards are a topic that needs to be brought up.
Yeah.
I've heard people say it causes much injury to cyclists as they
Yeah.
prevent.
Mm-hmm.
And they may not be the best way to go. Definitely a
The
discussion.
gate with the side entrance would be the
Yes,
best.
many of them have that as across, and then there's a around the sides.
Yep.
The snowmobiles can navigate too.
Or you can open the gate to the window.
Yeah, that too.
Bruce?
Yeah, Hogan, I believe, lets ATVs go down the trail, where Freiburg doesn't let any motorized vehicles go down those paths. Do we have any say what we can and cannot do, and where do we get the authority? That's all.
Baldwin on the rail bed, right now, dealing with the Department of Transportation, as we do with the snowmobile, to use the railroad tracks. When it comes to this trail, there won't be any ATVs or motorbikes on it.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how you're gonna block it off, because the rail bed's a rail bed, and, you know, the trail is a trail.
Well, that's what we were just talking about, the bollards and the gates, and, you know, you go to Freiburg, there's a gate, but it's too small to get the groomer through, and then there's two bollards there, but you can't remove them because they're rotted into the ground. So there's gonna be a new system they gotta come up with to.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, do we have a say in this, or should the state or who dictate policy on the rail? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
If somebody goes to the meeting with common sense, they probably could work it out.
Some towns that allow ATVs,
No,
but there's no ATVs on any of this trail,
No.
any of these towns.
Yeah, this is really, I think the reality,
Reality is asking if one town will let an ATV and the next town will.
no,
That's what I was trying to say.
it goes back to the state owns, not the towns, the state owns. So the state, for better or worse, is calling the ball on who has access. What came out of the RUAC committee was ATVs across the whole length of the Mountain Division Trail. While they, as I understand it, while they cross the trail, they're not supposed to be on the trail. But that's not a town by town. That makes the whole trail.
Willie,
What is the standard width?
10 foot.
And that's held unless there's a place where we need to,
All the way through.
no matter what, it's 10 foot wide.
Yeah, Cindy?
Posted on the group of no ATVs and all this stuff.
It's-
Should enforce it.
Well, it's.
Burn Brownfield and who's gonna enforce it?
They haven't had any trouble in Freiburg. And you can actually access, if you know how to get on that in Freiburg, you can get on it with a truck even. But you haven't had any trouble.
Okay.
Alice said she heard the animal control officers respond.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
take it like that, Bob.
Yep,
Like if you're going on someone's property.
yes, there's chain link fence in some of it, and there are split rail fences in some part.
I think decisions will be made about, because I think there's something like 28 water crossings this last 31 Lane.
There's quite a few rail,
So,
property
you
crossings.
know, decisions will have to be made when they do the study for, you know, actually planning the construction, exactly what to do for all of those crossings. Those crossings are in pretty bad shape right now, so they'll need significant rebuilding. You know, areas, train courses.
Concerned because I had a dog. And I know he'll probably bark all the time.
Oh,
Dan?
So, like behind Cindy's house, that railroad crossing, that's only, what, 8 feet? Whatever, so they're gonna extend that whole bridge another 2 feet or whatever.
Yeah, they'll figure out how they're gonna do that one. That may just be lay irons down and pave over it. I mean, it's a very, very strong bridge. But it's, they'll have some engineer go look at it.
yeah.
Because state of Maine doesn't like driveway. That's one issue. They last forever, but they don't like it.
Don't they have one more? Going to the side of the bridge?
That's a small one, yep. Yep. That's it.
Anything else? Okay, we'll let you know as soon as we have dates, the other meetings, and hopefully we can come out and get even more answers to more questions.
I don't mean to sound like a Terminator, but we will be back.
Okay. We need a workshop. Thursday morning at 7? Okay. All right. Oh, it's not with Cindy this time.
Well, we got a few calls and we had a meeting with Matt Randall here at the office. We had some similar property in town, make sure that the welfare of the animal. We used that canvas to monitor that. And that's about it.
That was easy, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Kiki.
Yes, sir. Get my tablet going. Let's see, we done 3 medical calls, welfare check, did 4 mutual aid calls for Denmark, 1% of Conway. I was at call volume for the last couple of weeks. A little busy. We did hold a building committee last month. There's 4 of us there. We're gonna try again on March 21st at 6 o'clock. The building committee. Work on that. I got on there, the grant project, when I talked to Alvina 2 weeks ago. Susan Collins chose 6 out of the 12, and the town of Brownfield was one of them. Well, that stops me Friday night at 9 o'clock. I got an email from Susan Collins that the grant had passed legislature and the Senate. It went to the president's desk, and I called actually signed it, so we're locked in at $2.898 million for the public safety building. So we gotta get together with the select board and the budget committee and ourselves and work on our portion of it, which is $950,000. That's our portion of this grant for this building. So at some point, we'll have to start working on that.
Sooner than later.
Sooner than later, yeah, yep. That's ridiculous to see that go through, it went through fast. But she chose 6 and we were one. We were one of the highest to get the grant, we're at 2.8, the next lowest was 2.6. So we are locked in at 2.898 million to help build this facility for the town of Brownfield.
Good. Mike.
Not a lot really going on right now. Roads are posted, so it's typical this time of year. Building slows down. A few decks, porches, things like that. Nothing really big going on right now. So maybe next month will be better.
Okay. Good.
Oh, okay. I put some Jersey barriers up on Misty Lane on the bridge. This is the guardrail. And put some 1-lane signs up. The yield sign on one side. And, the week of the 20th, the state's going over to Old County Road Bridge to do some core drilling. And Kansas City's gonna shut it off with Hampshire Road and Merrill Corner. He said it might just take 1 day if everything goes right, but if not, it'll take 2. If Alvina can put that in something. Got 13 loads on Farnsworth Road, 6 loads on Burnt Meadow. Had a washout by the old church on Nolan Road. Put 4 loads of gravel on Porter Road today and graded Thursday. Which is about all I got.
You got a place up on Budway, I don't know where I put them cones,
Yeah, well,
have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of 1 lane, that's all, it's not bad, but when you're coming up the hill, and somebody comes over the hill there. Most of them are going too fast. You can't get over, cause it's, you know what I mean, it's stuck all over there.
we're working.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Well, all right. Willie?
Yeah. Well, we've got spring signups online on the Facebook page. Everything is online this year. If someone has to sign up for softball, baseball, t-ball, they can't access online, they can get a hold of me. Personal message, website, or at the office. Upcoming events include our Easter egg hunt on the 30th. We're going to do our live beef raffle. We've got our tickets sold for that, so we'll go live on the 30th to auction off our beef raffle. That money will go directly towards putting dugouts in down here. We've had one of our contractors show up and do an estimate. Well, we're working on an estimate. He showed up yesterday. Moving into April, we've got a Sea Dog strip on the 18th. Vacation week. That's a Thursday. That Monday, we've got another kids paint night on the 15th. And I'm missing something here. The Friends of Rec will meet again on the 3rd of April. We've got yoga on Thursday nights, as usual, 6 p.m. And we've started community coffee on Thursdays, 9:30 to 11. And that's open to everybody. Hopefully we'll start to see this first week we had 7 or 8 people, and hopefully that will build. Besides that, getting ready to gear up for get on the ball fields.
Good, good. Alright. Correspondence.
All right. I guess we got, report from the assessor. They have completed the revow. And sent out letters to everybody. I'm sure everyone got
Shannon.
Oh, where's Hannah?
She's hiding. Yeah. I have to look by Mike's ear and I can see her.
Front and center, you know.
Hannah, sure you guys most here, as you know. The assessment update. I'm sure, well, I know I've received quite a few emails and correspondence that not a lot of people are happy with it. So we did increase, it was about on average a 40% increase across everybody. You know, folks who are in tree growth, that state sets the county rates for those ones weren't affected because they are in that type of program. If you guys would like to talk to me, I'll be in the office here for the remainder of the week. So if you guys want to swing in and we can chit chat about anything. Other than that, if you guys do want to contest the valuation, which has been the #1 thing, we do require you guys to put in a little bit of effort as far as showing us where we possibly went wrong. So comp sales, if you want to go to a real estate broker and get a appraisal done on the property and bring that to us, we'll be glad to look at it and talk it over with you guys. All right.
Where can we get your information?
So we are
The website, isn't it?
on the website, so it's assessor at brownfieldmaine.net. Fair. Right, Brownfield assessor at fairpoint.net.
So if our property's been downgraded and devalued by some form, then you people will act on it? If we have a realtor tell us, well,
Yeah.
your property value is X instead of Y, then you people will act on it.
We will look at it, review it, and talk it over with you and discuss why they possibly could have gone wrong. #1 reason why a broker might go wrong in their assessment is that they actually have to focus on the sales within Brownfield itself. They can't use any sales outside of Brownfield, such as Porter, Denmark.
I'm talking about certain circumstances that might be affecting the whole map.
Yep, so if you have a circumstance that affects it, Sure, bring it up to us, we'll gladly look at it. Yep, any other general questions about it?
You need an appointment to see you.
Not this week, but we are here usually on Wednesdays from like 2 to 6. So, the office does close at 4:30, but we are usually still here a little bit later. Yep,
On your site, it tells you what you look for, all the criteria and stuff, so.
we are working on as we've been getting emails in, we're seeing like a trend of questions that are getting asked, so we are trying to come up with a little Q&A fact that the most common questions being asked will be able to answer with that.
You're not taking into account tree growth.
No, tree growth, open space, all of those programs and those sales, we cannot use because of the fact that the state sets those rates. Yeah. Anything else? All right,
Thank you, Henry.
does the board have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Good job.
And you wanna discuss about this franchise?
Yeah, if there's any cost involved in reworking the franchise agreement. Are we willing to take some money from Opera or someplace and put it towards it to get this straightened out so it's the best deal for the town of Brownfield?
What franchise you doing?
On the spectrum,
Oh, the broad, yeah.
yeah, broadband, whatever.
Would say so, I mean, there's things to step into without knowing what's going on.
Oh, yeah, yep, the committee's working pretty hard on it, but they may need some help, the way things are going. They wanna, I think all of them want broadband throughout. You know, not this little antenna thing and all this, and there's a lot of people involved in this, you know, that are town people that really don't want this, so I think it's something that we should look at, myself. Make motion that we can do something. We don't have a dollar figure to go with, so. So, we wanna do,
I'll second it,
okay,
we can look into it.
yes, yeah, okay, good. All in favor? Yeah, all right, good. Yeah,
Alright, now, I don't know if we really need to make a motion on this, but we will. There's a workshop coming up that Heather wants to go to.
mhm.
It's for the Maine Towns and Cities Clerks Association. So,
Is that in, what's that?
Zoom, I do.
Oh, for one, okay.
Either one.
Great.
cost.
It's $80 or $60. If you're a member, and she is not yet, because she's not,
Close your pot,
right?
okay,
It doesn't come out of the clerk's office even. It's the
training, out of the training part, I would think, yeah.
clerk's office or an
Training.
individual.
It's usually an individual with MMA, but we can look into it and see.
Even though she's part-time, she's on the MMA list or no?
She's not on as an employee, I don't think. Anytime we want to sign up to go on, we have to pay.
Michelle could do it, and she could sit with her,
Michelle could do it.
and she could look on. They'd get the same training, right?
I think they expect her to pay too, if
Yeah. they-
two are watching, but
Oh,
it's the education of it, you know.
Yeah.
It's how they make their money.
I make a motion, we pay for training,
seconded.
all in favor?
Alright. Minute, Lanavera called to ask to post. These new deadlines on the federal state income tax. I don't. I don't think there's any reason we have to, but. It's just courtesy, I guess, put it on the website.
Yeah,
If. Is Vinny here?
no,
Cause I'm not sure if these things actually went through or not. You know, I don't wanna post it if they're not,
Yeah, I don't know what the dates are.
we're gonna have to look into that, see what.
Extended until the 17th,
Extended to in Brockton County,
what it says here.
but we should look it up and then we can post the dates.
Would it be in the Oakland County budget?
And Bob Spears of the Denmark ATV Club wants to know if he can meet with us, we're gonna set up. a date.
Yes, no, I gave, Alvina's gonna give him my number and you can call me and we'll set up, we'll see what he wants and see what we can do. This is for the section of 160 from Lord's Hill to the store, to reopen that. There's room enough on the side now for they could do it. The biggest thing with the state is the speed limit. And with being the market being there and 3 campgrounds along that road. They probably should lower the speed limit.
I wanna say something about that too, because I checked that out.
Mhm.
All the way from Denmark to this side of the Brownfield Denmark School is 45 miles an hour. Then it goes to 50. Just the other side of Lord's Hill Road. To the Green Bridge, and that's the section that they're, concerned about. I don't see why they, I guess if the speed limit was a little bit lower, then they'd allow it.
And it should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So.
It's only common sense that they put the speed limit up to the corner.
Right. I don't know why they did that, the whole length of it, like you said, from Denmark over to that point is 45.
Yep.
Except by the school.
That's state road though, don't they set it, or can we recommend it?
We can recommend it, we do.
The state sets all the speed, even down.
Yeah, but we can recommend something.
I think that's it.
That's it. There will be a budget committee meeting right after this. Need a motion.
I got one question, maybe start with it.
You do?
Thing with Matt, has Matt got a hold of us?
No, no, I don't believe so. No,
We confirmed
On
that.
the 27th, Vinny handed you guys an article you guys are supposed to look at. Do we have any idea what that is yet?
it's at the lawyers right now. Find out if it is legal to even do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
One thing that I would mention, if you guys are looking into recommending a speed reduction there. Maybe somebody should look into the speed limit from the trail on 160 past the town beach, down 160 to the cemetery. It's 50 there as well. And you've got hikers parking there, you've got people pulling out of the beach with boats. And it's all go the town garage, and it's all 50 through there as well. I'm not saying it should be 35, but maybe it should be looked at, because there's a lot of people that park on the side of the road there. People are pulling out with boats and stuff, and we're pulling out with plow trucks. Right. And people are going 50 miles an hour. This is the intersection at the end of Big Street, it's all 50.
Yep.
So maybe that's something that should be looked at.
yep, good, thank you. Is that it?
I'd like to make a motion to terminate the comprehensive committee.
The plan committee, the plan's all done, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Because the plan's done,
That's okay.
It's just the plan.
just the committee for the plan.
Can I say something about that?
Okay.
The committee is still guiding, let's say, the implementation of the plan. And, I'm on the implementation committee, one of them. And they're really just guiding us. They're not telling us what.
They can still be members and stuff, just not, we're just getting rid of the committee itself.
Oh, I don't understand. What's the difference?
It's just a formality, because their job is done. They did that, they brought the plan, the town voted on it, their job is now done.
No, I understand.
So that's all it is.
I understand. Yeah, it's done.
Mhm.
But the committee is still helping to,
And those committee members are members of the education committee now, right now, so it's all the same, you're talking the same people doing the same job. You just have to, you just drill it down a little bit. You're not getting rid of anything, you just. Getting rid of the plant, the original.
I'm not sure why it's necessary to have that wording, but whatever.
So just to clarify, so there's still a comprehensive plan implementation committee, but there's no comprehensive plan committee, is that?
Right, you're just getting rid of the one that made the plan right now.
You're getting rid of the words, not the people.
Right. They're on, still on the implementation committee at the moment.
It's my understanding that the implementation committee is open to the public,
That's right, that's true.
so. All right,
Vote.
I'll go. I don't know if I speak now.
Motion to adjourn.
Second it.
All in favor? Done. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, yeah.